Okay, here's this the thing about Voicemeeter. Is you Google Voicemeeter and you'll find the right place. It's here. There's a couple different versions. I know somebody who uses Voicemeeter Banana, which I think has some. I don't know the difference between Voicemeeter Banana and the normal one. This one might have more options. I am just using Voicemeter, which is a pretty simple one. You can see there are the people who made a virtual audio cable. VAC is a paid program, but Voicemeeter seemed uh, when I got it, it was free. It asked me to donate a few times. I don't know where the download on this page is. I get it now. It's Voicemeeter Banana documentation. Download the user manual. Here's a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, here we go. Voicemeeter download stuff. Okay, well, we're just going to launch the program and look at it. You just launch it, and it's going to, when you launch it, or after you install it, Voicemeeter is going to show up in as a recording and playback device, much like VAC does. Like I have some VAC cables here from using VAC back in the day. But basically, when you're using, if you just want to share application audio over a VoIP program like Skype or Discord, the way you would do it is you set the first input to be your microphone. Like use headset microphone. It's a live chat. You can see it here, and then the hardware output into the earphone. And then the way you use it then is when you have this running and you have your input in and your output. I think you use A1 to your earphone. Is you when you set this to be your default device. You set Voicemeeter to be your default output device. I'm just going to set it back to what it was, though, since I'm just recording. You set it to be your default output device, and you'll hear it in your headset. Hear any, like if you launch a video game, it'll be using Voicemeeter as its default device, but it'll also it'll output to your headset. And then, like if you wanted to not use Fubar, but use Discord, the way you would do it is just set Voicemeeter as your input device, as your microphone, and that'll share whatever desktop audio that you're using over Discord. And if you're using voice activity, be sure to set it all the way to the left, so that it just lets everything through, or else you'll have some cutoff that happens. I had some problems using Voicemeeter with Skype. It just didn't play well, it seemed like, but it works very well on Discord. If you're doing screen share, you can just use Skype or Google Google Hangouts for the screen share, and still just use Discord for audio, because this, as a person who's streamed a whole lot, just having Discord around just to be able to modulate each given person's audio to balance together made streaming way more easier. But that's basically all you really need to know to use Voicemeeter for just casual streaming. I'm using it to stream Oblivion to my friend. So I'm playing Oblivion with him while watching on Skype screen share, and then having the game audio with this setup. So to go over it again, your hardware input wants to be the microphone you're using. Your hardware output wants to be the headset you're using. And basically what it's doing is it's basically just running a VAC system, if you're familiar with virtual audio cable, which is a lot more complicated to set up, in that your basic Voicemeeter is piping my microphone to the Voicemeeter input device, which you're setting as your default device. So it's getting the system default audio with your microphone audio, and then when you set the Voicemeeter output as your audio device in whatever voice IP program you're using, it's putting the output from both the system audio and the output from your microphone audio, and it doesn't do the double up sound thing that you've probably tried if you haven't tried using VAC uh, or using Voicemeeter. So it's pretty easy. It simplified a lot of things, and there's a lot of stuff here that I have not a whole lot of idea what does. There's like fader gain. There's some kind of mixing options, and of course there is all of the stuff in the Voicemeeter Banana, which I have no idea what does. My friend Kaz uses it, and they have him and his wife have more hardware stuff with audio they do, which I think this is what this is for. But if you're just doing casual streaming, this program has helped me a lot. And that's really all there is to it. Basically, just download it, install it. It'll install audio drivers as it makes a virtual audio device. Set your input and output. Set your input device in whatever voice program you're using as Voicemeeter. Make sure that there's no voice activity sensors, and you're good to go.